Right, so ragtownwheelbarrow.com. We're here with Christopher Stuart Norman, who's going to give us his rig rundown. Hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody.
How are you today? All right?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Yeah, very well, thank you.
Okay.
So, got a few rigs to get through actually today.
Just a few.
Just
yeah.
a few. Should we start with your collection of guitars?
Alright, well, we'll start with this one then, because
Okay.
this is one of my newer ones, as it were.
Okay.
Even though it is now, 7 years old.
Yeah.
This is obviously a replica of Brian May's Red Special, built by a guy called Steve Turpin in Tucson, Arizona.
It's in lovely condition, Chris, I may say.
Thank you. I always look after my guitars.
Yeah.
You know, I bought one to play. I don't buy them to hang on walls, which I just cannot stand, but that's just me. Yeah, it's made by a guy called Steve Turpin in Tucson, Arizona. He only made about 2 a year. Now he's ceased making them, so they're quite rare. The neck on it is very, very thick, which you may be able to catch with your camera. It's like a baseball bat.
Wow, that is thick, isn't it?
But,
Because Brian made his out of like a fireplace and chair legs and stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. So well, that is obviously more sophisticated. This is a semi-acoustic mahogany body.
Okay, so it's hollow.
It's hollow where the scratch plate is.
Okay.
And all through there it's all hollow. And in there you've got obviously a pocket for the electrics. If you don't know Brian May's guitar, basically the bottom switch the pickups on, so bridge, middle, neck.
Sort of like a Fender Jaguar.
Very similar, yep.
Yeah.
And these are phase reverse switches. My favourite setting is that one there, which is the middle and bridge together in phase, and it gives you a very rich, thick humbucker type sound.
Okay, wow. And you've got another one of those, is that correct?
That's correct. I've got a custom made Manson guitar, made very similarly but slightly different construction. That one's solid body, which gives it a slightly more woody
resonant
tone.
Yeah.
Shows that.
Okay.
And yeah, so the first thing obviously is the guitar. That then hits the pedal board.
Okay.
Which has changed so much over the years, but the basics are the same. First thing it hits is the compressor, which I've dialed in to make every string more or less the same volume. So when you play chords, it's really thick. When you do arpeggios, it's quite thick and rich and sweary, whatever. Then it hits a distortion pedal, which is one of the newest edition. Because I had a Boss one, but wasn't totally happy with it. This is an MXR 78 custom. It gives you a very rich 70s rock sound.
Okay.
Which then hits the Super Overdrive, which I've dialed into like a booster. So if I were to do solos, which I can't do very well, I hit that one in, gives you an extra bit of gain.
Okay.
Which then hits the equaliser, which I've got dialed in to cut the bass, boost the mids, and a bit of treble.
So almost like another boost, again, just to cut through.
You got it, mate. And then it hits the chorus pedal, which is my splitter. So the first output, output A, hits the first Vox AC30, which is this one here.
Yeah.
This is an off-the-shelf Vox AC30. It is from Anderson's in London, or Guildford, forget which, doesn't really matter. It has on the back blue back speakers, which you may not be able to pick up through the grille.
No, can't see those, but I'm sure.
But basically, blue back speakers have Alnico magnets in them.
Yeah.
And it gives you a very cuts the bass out basically. Well, not completely, but cuts a lot of the bass out.
Okay.
This one here is my old Vox AC30, which I've had about 12, 13 years.
Right.
Which has Greenmax speakers.
Okay.
Greenmax are
warmer speaker.
warmer, slightly more bassier. And this is an AC30 I actually had custom made for me, indirectly. I ordered it in, I think it was September 2001, which around that time, Vox was selling their production from Marshall to Korg, or the other way around, I'm pretty sure it was Marshall to Korg. And when I ordered it, they said there might be a slight delay. The guy I ordered it from, a guy called Seth, got on the phone and got really quite narky with them, should I say. And they managed to scrape together a Vox AC30 for me out of parts they had in the factory still.
Oh, that's good,
so in
isn't
essence,
it?
it's kind of like made for me.
So very special. That was a CSN custom AC30.
Yeah. Again, slightly different sounds, but like I said the first chain in the splitter, in the chorus, is that one.
Yeah.
The second chain, the output B, is this one.
Okay.
With a very, 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 very short delay. It's about 20 milliseconds, maybe not even that. And this very small delay gives you this huge stereo spread, so you get this huge fat sound.
Yeah.
Then I have a digital delay, which I use for the other amp I have, but it's not here at the moment.
Okay.
So you can get 3 amps at the same time. And then you get this huge huge sounds.
Okay. What is your other amp?
It's a Marshall. It's a not very good one though, so I'm thinking of selling it.
Okay.
Anyway, then we move on to I don't know.
Have you got any special settings just before we go? Any sort of what sort of where do you have your EQ and what inputs do you use on the
On the EC30,
on the box?
I always use the high inputs, which is this one here.
Yeah.
Always on the normal channel, and on this one it'll be over here. Second black one in.
Yep.
And the EQ I run flat. I let the guitar and pedals do all the EQ work.
Okay.
That way, you know, when I've got the distortion pedal kicked in, I can run the guitar right down. It can be clean.
Clean up, yeah.
Articulate. Then push it up, and then it goes zoom.
So the box is clean up very well on the volume knob.
With me, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
The way I play, anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we go over here. This is my 11 string because I'm missing a.
You're missing a string.
Yeah. There's a.
You'd almost say that is a custom guitar as well, as it's an 11 string.
Yeah. This is a vintage 1960s Echo or Echo 12 string, Echo Ranger or Eco Ranger, never know how it's pronounced. I've had it restored, but we still see I've got to get that redone.
Yeah.
This is a Fishman.
Road worn look.
Yeah. Scars, can't be there. This is a Fishman humbucker pickup, which I need to get installed correctly. I might get Sean to do that.
Yeah.
Because
Highly recommended.
this is my craft mandolin that I bought on Whim years ago when I was heavily into doing Zeppelin stuff.
Yeah.
This is very, it's very light. It's very hard to play at times.
Yeah.
Because the strings are so close together and you've got such narrow frets. But it's got a nice sound.
Lovely.
Behind the 12 string is my little bass practice amp that I actually use as a preamp when I'm recording.
Okay.
It's a bit big for a preamp, admittedly, but it does the job. And I take it to little acoustic gigs that I do with my mate Dave.
Okay.
It's not got no bad sound for digital modelled amp. I'm a huge fan of digital modelling.
Very good for bedrooms. I want a line 6. Ideal for getting different sounds and.
Yeah, it's not bad. It does the job. This is the old girl, as I call her. She's been everywhere with me. I've had her for about 10 years. And she's been to gigs, she's been to pubs, she's been to clubs, she's been to studios, she's been to bike shows, she's been to fields, she's been everywhere with me. It's my old faithful.
Okay.
But I've since replaced her with a custom book guitar, which I'll show you in a minute.
Yeah, very looking forward to that one actually.
Behind the 6 string is my ukulele, which is staying in the case purposely because I can't play it. Well, I can, but not very well.
But Jude also has a ukulele, don't you, Jude?
I do, yes.
Okay, then we're moving on to my workhorse. This is Eric, my
Eric?
4-string bass. All my guitars have names.
Okay.
This is something that started when I was at college doing my A-levels, or so many years ago. And I was in a band, I was the drummer. And everybody had names for their guitars, their amps, their speakers, the whole works. Anyway, this is Eric, my old faithful workhorse. He has been gigged quite heavily.
And that's Ernie Ball Stingray, isn't it? A Music Man Stingray.
This is one of the first Ernie Ball Stingrays with double humbuckers.
Okay.
Well, one of the first ones in the UK anyway.
And what do they do? What do they do to the sound?
Well, my favourite setting is to have these two coils in phase.
So it's actually got a switcher on it, which you don't see on a lot of bass guitars, do you?
Put it in the centre, it's both humbuckers on, both coils, Put it on far to the right, just a bridge pickup. Put it far to the neck, just the neck up. When you put it in the middle, you get choice of coils. When you put it there, it's those two coils.
Yeah.
The outside, shall I say. Put it to that one, which is my favourite one, you get the insides, which is a bit like a Fender Jazz.
Yeah. Okay. It's quite versatile, that one.
You can use it for so many different things: rock, punk, fusion, whatever. Here, not swap sides. Here we have my bass rig. That has been again quite gigged heavily, not so much lately, but it has in the past.
Yep.
This is an SWR Super Redhead, made by the SWR company before they sold out to Fender. I'm not going to go on about the rant about my disdain for that.
Okay.
And this is my basic setting. Gain at 12 o'clock, or enhancer, which basically colours the sound a bit.
Yep.
Boost there, it's all the way along. Here you get the unbounce for recording if you want to use that as the preamp.
Yep.
Here we have a Interstellar Overdrive, also made by SWR. Not made anymore, made for about 7 years. and that gives me an overdrive distortion option.
Wow, that's a whole rack unit dedicated to
Yep.
distortion.
And but I mainly use it as a booster if I want to really stand out in the mix.
Yeah.
It's got 2x10 speakers, tweaked horn.
Yeah.
And next to it, which you may not see because it's a bit cramped here, is my 4x10 SWR Goliath 3 extension cabinet. So put them together, you've got a 6x10 stack.
Wow.
Which gives you a huge,
Fairly thunderous, would you say?
hugely thunderous.
Thunderous bass rig.
Let's put it this way, you don't need to go past halfway and master volume, you've got
No.
things connected. And lastly, I guess I'm on the floor.
This is the one we've all been waiting for, I think.
This is my brand new toy, my brand new baby, called Bruce. This is
Why have you named it Bruce?
because I couldn't think